That's one of the things we did, as you mentioned, this question about what we did to gear up for this week. We went back and took a very hard look at other states of the union. President Clinton in '95, President Bush in 2007, President Reagan in '86, '87, and wanted to make sure that we understood how other presidents handled this. We also, we started a process. I asked Brian Deese, who also just got an important assignment, to run a team back in September, which was what we call basically a red team, to take a look at what kind of process, what kind of new policies we can bring to bear in the State of the Union to make sure that people understand, as the President said the other night, that we continue to be focused on a new foundation for the American economy, to make sure that we can get the kind of opportunity that you had, Mike, growing up in the middle-class family you did, that I did, growing up in the family I did, refresh that middle-class economics that people have had. So Brian, working with a really aggressive team, put together what I think is a good speech. I will say that they also built on some work that I asked Brian to do with a group back starting in August, which we called the contingencies group. We knew that the midterms were going to be tough. We didn't, so we wanted to make sure that we were ready for any number of contingencies out of the midterms. So Brian, working with Christy Ganagallo, Amy Rosenbaum, Tara McGinnis, Amy Brundage,
who's standing right there,
and others, took a very hard look at the kind of policies that we should be in a position to roll out right out of the gate in the State of the Union, to ensure that the State of the Union wasn't the end of a bad period, but rather the start of a new period. And I think we've succeeded in doing that.
What's the terminology, red team?
Yeah. Well, red team is something the military does to make sure that they take a hard look at the existing policies and procedures and practices and make sure that they're not soft somewhere, that our opponents can't take advantage of or exploit weaknesses in our plans and in our policies, and that's what we've done and we'll continue to do.
What's another red team that you have going right now?
Well, we've got a red team. We got a lot of red teams going all the time. In fact, we gave the speech last Friday afternoon to a red team that was led by Natalie Quillian to take a hard look at the speech and identify soft spots for us. So they worked that all weekend. They briefed it to us on Monday morning, and we went to work to address those soft spots, and I think we feel good about the outcome of that too.
What's another red team that you're proud of?
Well, some of them I'm not so proud of, but we are constantly, one of the things I'd like to do with our team is to make sure that we are not settling into talking to one another or settling into something that is referred to as cylinders of excellence or stovepipes. And so I'm constantly looking for ways to challenge our assumptions. The President demands that of us. And that's what we're doing. President Eisenhower used to say, the strength is not in the plan, but the strength is in the planning. And we like to live that in the White House.
What's one more red team, and then we'll move on?
Boy, one more red team. We're constantly doing them. And, one red team is looking at exactly what we can expect from our Republican colleagues in the House and Senate over the course of these next several months, and making sure that we are in a good position to react to and work with them on those.